Hello everyone, welcome back to the ENGR 467 Lab Supplement video series. This is the second video of the series, and today we'll be looking at adding a BIOS to the TIVA board. As before, my name is Logan, and let's get started by going over the basic course information once again. If you are looking for contact information for either Dr. Elmigar or myself, please refer to the course syllabus on Canvas. To complete this lab, you must have an installation of Code Composer Studio and its supporting software. If you do not, please refer to the first video of this series or read Lab Manual number 1 for instructions on how to get it. Let's move on. We are going to have to install 3 additional software packages before completing today's lab. The installation process is similar to what we did previously, but I will go over it again today as well. The 3 packages we are installing are XDC Tools version 3.31 or 3.32, UIA version 2.0, and the TIVA BIOS package. To get started, refer to the lab manual. You'll find 3 different links that you can take to download the software. Open the first link and download XDC Tools version 3.3201.22. Download whichever file you need depending on what operating system you're using. Next, move on to the second link and we'll need to download UIA version 2.00.06.52. Accidentally downloading version 2.2 won't allow you to complete the lab. Next, we need to download the BIOS installer, once again choosing the correct file for whatever operating system you're using. Once that's done, go to your downloads. The first thing we need to do is extract XDC Tools to the same C/TI folder we've previously installed the rest of the software. Do the same thing for UIA, making sure to install it in the same folder. Finally, it's time to run the BIOS installer. Select Next. Make sure you're installing to the TI folder. Hit Next again, and allow it to install. Once that's done, select Finish, and we can open up Code Composer Studio. Before we can create a new project, we need to make sure that Code Composer knows we've installed new software. To do that, go to Window, Preferences, Code Composer Studio, Products, and click on Refresh. Make sure it notices all 3 and hit Install. Hit Yes to restart Code Composer Studio. You've now successfully installed the BIOS and the tools we need to manage it. We're going to quickly make a new project, this time using the sysBIOS template. Go to Project, New CCS Project. Make sure you have TM4C123GH6PM. Ensure you have the Stellaris in-circuit debug interface selected. I'm going to call my project blink_target_HWI and deselect default location. We're going to go to Browse, C, TI, TIRTOS, TM4C, Labs, and lab number 5, finally Project. Select the folder. In the templates, go to sysBIOS, TI target examples, and select Minimal. Hit Next. We need to make sure that the XDC Tools version that we're using is correct. Click on XDC Tools and click Edit and change the version to 3.32. Hit OK. Next we need to add the UIA package. Go to Add, System Analyzer, version 2.0.6, and hit OK. That's everything. You can now hit finish. With the pre-lab now done, I'd like to give you a basic overview of what an interrupt is in terms of an applied embedded system. An interrupt is an asynchronous signal that is emitted from either a connected physical device or by the software itself. Once an interrupt is received by the operating system, it handles the interrupt through an interrupt service routine, or ISR. As an example, if a driver of a vehicle collides with an object, the airbag deployment system may receive a hardware interrupt from a collision sensor. In this case, it must immediately run an ISR to deploy the airbag and protect the driver. Software interrupts are a little less straightforward when compared to the hardware interrupt. They are created by different processes running on the processor and signal some form of event. An example of a software interrupt might be a software timer that signals when a specific delay has elapsed. Interrupts are very useful in the design of embedded systems, and you will see them quite often in the industry. The last thing I'll teach you today is how to quickly navigate the different windows you'll be using in the lab. To start off, if you have not already done so at this point, right-click on app.config, select Open With, and xgconfig. This will open up a number of new windows, including the outline and the available products. You'll be using these extensively throughout the labs. In the event that you lose one of the windows, you can easily find it by going to View, Other, and typing in the search bar, in this case, Available Products, selecting it, and hit Open. It's once again your turn to complete the rest of the lab. Follow the procedure laid out in the lab manual and email me if you have any questions. Make sure to begin the lab well before the deadline in case you encounter problems. If you program the board correctly, both Part 1 and 2 of the lab should have the same result, shown here in this video. As before, download the lab report, fill in your name, and answer all the questions. For submission, upload your lab report and your main.c code. Good luck, and see you in the next video.